All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, final game of the 2026 WBC quarterfinals. I did yet earlier today, Puerto Rico and Italy. Italy jumped out early to a 4-1 lead, ended up winning 8-6. Today, you got tonight or whatever time it is. It's 10:05 here in Korea. Venezuela versus Japan. Japan won their group again 4-0. I believe there are now 11 straight victories. They obviously won 2 years ago or 3 years ago. The infamous Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout's battle to close out the game, to close out the championship. But Venezuela will send out to Ranger Suarez. Last year he's with the Phillies. Now he's with the Boston Red Sox. Last year, 26 games, all starts at 12-8 on the season. 3.20 ERA, 157.1 innings pitched, 151 strikeouts, 38 walks, 14 home runs given up with a WHIP of 1.28. He will be facing Yamamoto. Yamamoto last year, 30 starts, 12-8, so the 2.49 ERA, 173 innings, 201 strikeouts, 59 walks, 14 homers, and a .990 WHIP. As far as in this tournament, again, Yamamoto has been slightly better with a 1-0 with a ERA of 0. He did not allow any runs, but again, he did. They did end up blanking the Chinese Taipei team. Ended up 10-run ruling them in, actually more than that, 13-0 versus Ranger Suarez. He's also 1-0, but he does have a 4.50 ERA in his starts in this WBC. So Yamamoto out on the mound now, warming up. It should be a fairly good game. Most people are obviously picking Japan. I don't think Japan's team is as good as they were in previous years. Again, Ohtani not pitching. They're really missing some of their better players who opted out of not playing. Obviously, Ohtani is DHing. He is only DHing in this. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, Japan should win. Whether or not they're able to hold on and continue their streak, obviously that is a completely different story. But we have about 2 minutes before we're underway. Obviously, the big thing is going to be the two main stars, I would say. You got Ronald Acuna Jr., part of the 40-70 club, and then you got Shohei, who's the one man in the 50-50 club. Is also 50 home runs, 50 strikeouts. So, I mean, you have two of the main representatives for their country, Ronald Acuna Jr., leading off, playing rights. You have Ohtani leading off and DHing. So, a lot of the Japanese players did not play in the game against the Czech Republic because it really wasn't important. They had already won the pool, as Acuna gets some shin guard taps on the catcher for Japan and the home plate umpire. And we, ladies and gentlemen, are about underway. Is lots of Japanese uniform. I have my own right here, as the first pitch is low, ball 1. All right, here we go. The 1-0 pitch to Acuna Jr. Sets up in the zone, and that is up in the zone, and that is going to go. Goodbye, baseball, just like the game before. And we've already got a 1-run game. Right over the heart of the plate, and he said, "Thank you very much. I will deposit that into the stands, give a souvenir." And just like the first game today, a leadoff home run from the away team leadoff batter. And Venezuela has plenty of firepower. It's whether or not their pitching can hold up. As here comes the first pitch to Garcia. Fouled away, and it's 0-1. Again, the first game of the day started this exact same way, lead off solo shots. But here we go, the 0-1 pitch to Garcia, and he leaks it inside off the handle, popped up. The third baseman ends up taking it. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but that is one away. The third baseman called it, so the shortstop went over, called it. The third baseman kind of backed away a little bit, and then suddenly he was like, "Oh, I've got to catch this." No, as Venezuela off to that quick 1-0 lead. Going to be really like, I'm glad that these two teams, obviously huge teams, lots of Venezuelans play in both the KBO and in Japan, as that's a strike on the outside. Luis Arez steps in to 7 for 14, hitting 500, leading the WBC in extra base hits, as that is a 50-foot pitch and ball one. So Arez again hitting 500 in this WBC so far. A lot of people said that he only hits extra base hits in the WBC because he doesn't hit them during the regular season, as that one is a foul away, 1-2. Get my stats here that I whipped up last night. 9 RBIs in 2 home runs for Arias, and that is in the dirt, 2-2. As far as home runs, Arias had 2 home runs, Suarez 1 home run, Javier Sanoa 1 home run, and Acuna Jr. also had a solo shot. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. Runs in. He spins away, is able to get out of the way, and we've got our first full count. Everybody loves some full counts. First one of the day already here in the first inning. He steps back in. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and fouls away, ball 4, stays 3-2. And here we go. Once again, another 3-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, down in the bottom of the zone. And he fouls that away in another 3-2 pitch. The pitch counts for this round of the playoffs, the quarterfinals, is 80. So not nearly as big of a difference, big of a threat or whatever as the first round. That was 65 pitches. The 80 pitches here should be plenty for most pitchers to get through the 5th inning, as that's popped up. Shortstop out in the grass under it, and that's 2 away. Brings up Suarez, the DH. .250 in the first round of the playoffs, or first round of the Classic. I'm going to keep saying playoffs just because it's a playoff format. 2 RBIs, did have a solo shot that lays off of that, and that is called a strike because the umpire doesn't know what he's doing, I guess, because that was not a strike at all. Suarez turns and has a little discussion with him. Not happy about that call at all. And the 0-1 pitch is grounded right to the third baseman. It throws across the diamond, and that's 3 away. But not before Ronald Acuna Jr. Takes some deep on the first at bat, and quickly Venezuela is up. I didn't even push the button. Venezuela is up 1-0. One hit to one run, and we are ready to go to the bottom of the first. Otani will be leading things off for Japan. Ranger Suarez. 2 innings, one run, but did get the victory in his WBC appearance so far this year. All right, there we go. Now we're back. Ranger Suarez did pitch for the Phillies, so he had plenty of at bats against Otani. I didn't go through the everybody's against at bats or anything like that. I just don't quite have time or anything with my limited schedule. There we go. There we go. My buttons are being a little tardy early this Sunday morning. Nothing. The biggest takeaway that I have from this WBC is how great a full ABS system is. And for any of you that are new, I normally do the KBO. I do live here in Korea. I've been living in Korea since 2014, streaming live play-by-play in English for the KBO since this will be my 5th year. 2 years on Africa TV, which is now Soup, for those of you that enjoy some KBO baseball. Then this will be my 3rd year over here on YouTube. Made the switch a couple years ago as TVing bought rights to it, but Ranger Suarez on the bump, ready to start his quarterfinal round. Otani will face him, and the first pitch in there for strike at the bottom of the zone. 5 for 9 in this WBC. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 4 runs scored as the 0-1 outside and ball 1-1. And did not play in the game against Czech Republic. Lots of people are a little upset about that. As again, you had the electrical engineer for Czech Republic, or Czechia, making the start, famous for striking out Shohei Otani. And then they didn't have Shohei Otani start, as that is turned on, and he flips the bat and says, "Goodbye, Acuna. I can do it too." Yes. Just like that, we've got ourselves a tie game as both leadoff batters hit solo shots to start this game. That was an absolute no-doubter, too. That was a rush. All right, Sato steps up, swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. So just like that, we've got ourselves a very even game. And the 0-1 pitch sets up on the inside and fouls it into himself, and it's 0-2. Oh, right in a left-hander's wheelhouse. Just down and into a lefty, you might as well put it on a tee, and that is in the dirt. So 1-2. Giving a little talk over there to the rest of the guys. As that rings them up on a pitch below the zone. As that will be the first out of the day for Japan, as Sato gets rung up on a pitch that was not a strike. Again, nothing makes me so excited for KBO baseball like watching these umpires suck. That one misses inside, ball one. And it's the first game. It was the same. The strike zone was not consistent. It was up down. It wasn't like egregious for any one team, but it was lots of bad calls in important situations, like a 2-2 pitches where they throw a strike and he calls it a ball, or 3-1 count and it's a strike, but he calls it a ball, or it'll be a strike in the one pitch, and then the next pitch is even closer in the zone, and they'll call it a ball. It's just so inconsistent that it just really makes you love the ABS system in the KBO because there is none of that stuff. It's a 1-0 pitch to Suzuki. That is ripped, but foul. Ball boy backpedaling and keeps it in front of him. So we'll give him an A on that. So maybe a B. That one. We'll give Suzuki on this WBC, hitting 333, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. First time in WBC history that both leadoff hitters started a game with home runs. That runs in, and it's now 3-1. In Suarez got a strikeout in the first to Sato, but it was not a strike. It was definitely below the zone. Yes, here comes the 3-1 pitch. The 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. As that is fouled away, or runs the count full. We've got ourselves the first full count of the day for Japan. Tried to challenge Otani. Oh, yeah, that was bad. That was a bad idea. And the 3-2 pitch walks him. Suzuki will trot down to first base, bringing up Yoshida, sorry. And I'm going to butcher some names. I don't speak Japanese or Spanish, as that one's a strike on the inside. Home plate umpire looks like he can't wait to make a call, to make a strike call. So Yoshida Matsutaka. And now rolled over. It's so confusing because in Japan, some of them go by their first name, some of them go by their last name, but they all just have their one name. Hitting a 500 in this WBC, 6 RBIs, 2 home runs. Is that one is apparently we've got a 1-2 count now. Don't know where the other pitch was. We were, I guess, looking at some stats or something. And the 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Suarez, his second of the day. And we've got to 2 away. That's going to bring up Okamoto, the third baseman. Suarez, a lefty. Japan has a lot of lefties. Most of their hitters are going to be lefties, minus I want to say 3 or 4 right-handers that are going to see some time. As that's a nice pitch on the backdoors the strike on the curveball, and it's 0-1. Okamoto, a 2 for 15 on this WBC. He's gonna steal on Perez. He slides off the bag, and they say they Venezuela wants to challenge it. To Suzuki slides past the bag. If he would have just hold the glove on him, it would have he would have just been able to tag him out again. Again, lots of show is what I also get. The shortstop says definitely got him. He is out. He is definitely out. As he was sliding, his hand popped up and came away from the bag. An awful slide as he is coming off injured. All right, it's a strike, but it doesn't matter as he throws him out. So Salvador Perez gets the caught stealing as we will go to the second inning. Again, both teams' leadoff hitters decide to go yard. Oh, he will come back up in the next at bat. We'll have the number 5 hitter, 5-6-7 for both teams coming up. Number 5 hitter for Venezuela, 5-6-7 as Yamamoto will be back out there. Double check my pitch counts as I often forget at the end of an inning to throw the pitch count up there to push my buttons that make a pitch count show up. So Yamamoto 14 pitches in that first inning versus 20 for Suarez. Everybody now. I always wonder what everybody else's commercials are, since I'm watching Korean TV, so I get Korean commercials. Like right now, I don't even know what that is. Throwing out baseballs or something. Tovar will lead things off, hitting 600 in this WBC, ladies and gentlemen. 600. That's ridiculous. Six. I got to give Yamamoto one more pitch there. So Tovar Torres Abreu will be the folks. We'll see if Suzuki stays out. Again, he was kind of walked off of the field. Maybe he knew he was out, or maybe I don't know. But he walked off the field with a trainer before the call was overturned. Maybe he knew he was out. Maybe I don't know what it is. But yeah, it looks like just sent out somebody into center field. So Suzuki is done for the day, and that is a huge, huge loss for Shota Morishito. Thanks, Texas Plays. That is a absolute massive loss for Japan. Now, I'm not going to put the name up yet because again, I told you some of them go by their first name, some of them go by their last name. But the first pitch here is a strike to Tovar. And that first pitch is going to be going, and bounces off the bottom of the fence, and he will be on base with a leadoff double. So all three leadoff batters have hits for extra base hits so far in this game. How you doing, Texas? Or a sheep? I definitely I don't want to say I want Japan to win. I expect Japan to win. I don't. For me, honestly, as long as it's a good game. I live in Korea, so obviously I'm closer to the Japanese play or whatever. But yeah, either way is perfectly fine with me. Is the 1-0 pitch just misses, and it's 2-0. Yamamoto struggling here early, getting hit hard. You're a Texas fan. Are you hoping for Venezuela or Japan? That's a strike right down the middle. And the 2-1 pitch, he's not checking on him over at second, as that catches the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, unfortunately, like this is the last game I'm going to be able to watch because all the other games daytime in the U.S., nighttime here in Korea. So I'm just not going to be able to watch a lot, as that is turned on, and that is going to rope off the top of the wall in left field. He picks it up, and he throws it in, but that is going to bring in another run on a back-to-back doubles, and just like that, Venezuela takes the lead back. There you go. Torres now sitting on second base. Yamamoto just just missed a two-run shots by about a foot, and that's over. So Abreu stepping in now. And a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 4 for 14 in this WBC, 13 RBIs for Wilyer Abreu. And the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Venezuela does have yeah, I didn't either because I was just busy with work. And a lot of these Venezuela or whatever games were on while I was at work. I'd have it on a little bit, but couldn't really follow too much. Venezuela just got, facing the Dominican Republic is why they didn't win their group. Venezuela has a couple guys that used to play in the KBO, a couple pitchers. And the 1-2 pitch fouls that away, almost into the dirt, but it stays 1-2. Yeah, I saw all those. I saw all of uh, the talk and everything. Again, I'm American, but I just live in Korea. So most of my friends are obviously following USA basketball. Throw to second almost gets him. Have to wonder about some of these rules that Japan does not play by. As the 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. Japan does not have the the check on the runner. They do not have that rule of just two times. Uh, they do not play with a pitch clock. That's outside. 3-2 runs the count full. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it where U.S. almost came back. And the 3-2 pitch way up high, and he walks him. All three batters so far have reached here in the top of the second inning for Venezuela. That's what I was getting ready to say. Since you said Texas, I was wondering if you went to any of the games in Houston. That's misses, or that's right down the middle to Salvador Perez. 3 for 14 for the Capitan. 1 RBI, 1 run. And now the 0-1 pitch. Pops it up. Right fielder coming in under it and makes the catch. Bring up the number 9 hitter, Churio. Yeah, I would have loved to have gone to some of the games in Japan, but it was just during the week. It's nearly impossible. I would have liked to have gone to the Saturday game, but I had stuff to do that day. I did go to Japan versus Korea in November, which is where I got that uniform at the Tokyo Dome. And the first pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Yeah. I mean, Dominican Republic, they are so good offensively. And the 0-1 pitch right at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2 as he fouls that one away. Did they announce the starters for that game yet? Yeah, I was wondering. Okay, Skeens versus Severino. And you got to think that anytime Skeens is on the mound, you've got a chance. You've got a good chance to win. And the 0-2 pitch, way up high. Telegraph that's completely. Yeah, I'm like I don't think I've ever actually got to sit and watch him pitch, and like I won't be able to watch that either because I'll be I'll be working. And here comes the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Yamamoto, who replaced because they took 3 guys off the roster, right? Took 3 guys off. Kershaw came off, Skubal came off, and someone else came off. Waka, I think, Michael Waka. All right. Acuna already has 1 solo shot to put Venezuela up in the first inning for tied in the bottom. 1 run here in the top for Venezuela. 5 for 14 so far in this WBC. 1 for 1 today. That one misses outside, but the umpire once again forgot his glasses, and it's called a strike, 1-1. And a check over on second again. It's the boos rain down. Yeah, that was Korea's big thing is they only have one or two guys that can throw in the mid to upper 90s. So like when they face these other guys, is that's a check swing to the second baseman, picks it up, scoops and throws, and that will be three away. So not a bad inning for what it started out with for Yamamoto as he gave up back-to-back doubles and a walk, but is able to get out of it with just that one run as we go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-1 Venezuela. Yeah, I saw that. I saw some of the highlights. It's just so crazy that like he had to get a permission slip to miss school to go to the US to pitch. Like again, I specialize in Korean baseball. That's where most of my streaming is, and a lot of people, a lot of Koreans, especially talk about Koreans are built differently, and that's why they can't throw the same speeds and all of that. And I mean, it's obviously just 100% excuses. Uh, Korea is falling quickly behind. You know, they used to be a top five, top six country, and now they're maybe a top 10. Otani is just ridiculous. Although uh when they had the LA Dodgers versus the Padres opening day, I went to three of those games, and every like every at bat, everybody just phones out, phones out, phones out, and then Otani strikes out every single at bat. I was like, where everybody was just like, come on. Yeah, I went to first game I went to the Dodgers versus the Kium Heroes, which is like a local team in the KBO. Then I went to that night. I went to San Diego versus Team Korea, and then on Wednesday I went to uh, the Dodgers versus the Padres for opening day. It's crazy. Never once did I go to an opening day in the U.S., but I made it to an MLB opening day in Korea. So Okamoto will lead off. Again, he was at bat whenever Suzuki was thrown out. Is Okamoto getting some scouting reports? And that is straight to Acuna, who makes a couple steps back and one away. Yeah, slowly getting there. I I started to stream the Japan as first pitch is in there for a strike. I started to stream the Japan versus Taipei game, and my setup's almost exactly like this, except for the games in Tokyo, I had a instead of the flag backgrounds, I had the actual stadium background, because that is way outside and one and one. Uh, and I got a copyright strike. Like it's the same exact thing I'm doing here, just doing my own commentary. I have my my own stats that I do. I keep my own scores and all of that. Is a swing and a miss there makes it to 1-2. But I got copyright struck, so I couldn't stream any games. Yeah, I'm so pissed. So I had a 7-day live streaming ban, as that's a swing and a miss and a third strikeout of the day for Ranger Suarez. Yeah, I appealed it, but the damage is that I miss being able. And again, since I'm a KBO guy, I missed the Japan versus Korea game. I missed the Korea versus Australia game. I missed the Korea versus Taiwan game, because that's in there for a strike on the outside bottom corner, and it's 0-1. I missed all those huge, huge games. And then the other games I was going to do was like Puerto Rico and Panama. And I can't remember the third one, but it ended up being a walk off. So like all the games I was going to do were like absolutely amazing games, but I didn't get to stream them. So I think I'd be way, way over 2,500 is if I didn't get a strike from the WBC. But it's all right. I got today's two games, and then after that, it's time to get ready for the league here. Is that's Mrs. Lowe. That's a strike that he called earlier today, and now he's not calling it. And would love to see the MLB adopt the ABS system, not that challenge thing. Really? And the 2-2 pitch swing and a miss as that drops down out of the zone, and another two strikeouts gives him four on the day. That's hard to believe as bad as Korea is, as bad as Korea's bullpen is. But two strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning for Ranger Suarez, and we go to the third inning. It is a 2-1 Venezuela. Ranger Suarez making quick work of this Japanese team. Only 30 pitches, 10 pitches in that inning. He's at 30 for the day versus Yamamoto, who is sitting at 37, who threw 23 in his last inning. Yeah, and it's so difficult in that first round with only a 65 pitch limits for any of the pitchers to really go deep too. Yeah, I was. Some of my friends were a little upset about the old Tarek Skubal thing, where he's like, "Oh, I'm committed to play," and then they're like, "Oh, I'm only gonna pitch one game," and then he pitches, and he's like, "Oh, I really want to pitch more," and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have an announcement," and then he announces that he's not gonna pitch anymore. But we're gonna have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Venezuela. Man, they just have a ton of stuff going on in these in the stadium. The amount of time in between innings is seems like it's forever. So Skeens will pitch tomorrow. Who will pitch in the semifinals? The first pitch is in there for a strike. Don't know where it was, where the location was, because instead they're using camera angles that just aren't very good for what we're doing. So Garcia popped up to the third baseman in his first at bat, so that misses outside, 1-1. Yeah, again, the top three teams: Dominican Republic, Japan, and the U.S. So it's only fitting is that's bounced into the dirts and a ball two. Miguel Cabrera looking on, and the 2-1 pitch that is goes down, gets it, and he lifts it to center field off the bottom of the wall. Left fielder grabs it, throws it in, and another leadoff extra base hits for Venezuela. As again, another double. just unloading on Yamamoto early. Yeah, surprisingly, the Italy Puerto Rico game was did not really seem as close as the score showed. I mean, Puerto Rico just could not get it done against Italy. And that pitch misses outside. I was just very surprised by Italy. They look like they don't even have baseball players. Right, the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, they have three Italians, two Venezuelans, and one Canadian. Which I'm surprised because Italy changed their laws for citizenship as he turns on that one, rips it, but foul. A nice play by the ball boy down there on the first base side, and it's 1-2. Yeah, you can never the thing with these international tournaments where people get super hyped playing for their country. I don't see the passion out of Americans. Again, I am an American, so I just don't see the passion out of the American team, the excitement, the energy that you see out of all of these other teams. Now, obviously, you can't mistake energy for ability, but I really don't enjoy watching the U.S. play. The 2-2, he reaches out and is able to foul that away. Stays at 2-2. So, who is your team normally? Is your team normally Houston or is it the Rangers? As the 2-1 pitch or the 2-2 pitch misses down and away, and it's another full count. He's at a full count in each inning, second full count for Arias in this game. Houston, all right. And the 3-2 pitch fouled away. Running into 50 pitches already for Yamamoto, sitting at 48 now, with nobody out in the third inning and a runner on second. He has not had an easy time, even whenever he's gotten guys out. Lots of very stressful pitches as the 3-2 pitch rolls over it. The second baseman will grab it, throw over to first base, and one away. Does move the runner over to third base, though, and he's now 90 feet away from the third run. Yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan. I just actually just looked, and they're actually playing well. So you actually have one of your new starters. Maybe they'll have him as a starter, maybe not, as that is fouled away from Suarez, and it's 0-1. Old Ryan Weiss. He played here in Korea the last year and a half. And the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Fourth in the MLB last year in RBI. How many players does Houston have playing in the WBC? And the 0-2 pitch Swing and a miss as he almost falls down. A big strikeout there to bring it to within 1 out of getting out of this inning without any other issues. Brings up Tovar, who led off last inning with a double. Came around to score on the Torres RBI double. And that's just misses. A ball one up and in. Yeah, I wonder, like, there's certain teams, some teams have a lots, right? Yeah, some teams have a ton of players, so obviously they'd be missing missing a lot in spring as a swing and a miss. No, we ripped it foul. 54 pitches for Yamamoto. Yeah, I can imagine that they don't want him to play. I mean, how old is he now? All right, the 1-1 pitch sets up a down and away, a swing and a miss, and a beautiful pitch there, and it's 1-2. Yamamoto one strike away from getting out of another leadoff double situation. 2 strikeouts so far for him, one in the second to one in the third. Looking for strikeout number 3 against Tovar. And sets up on the outside once again. And low, but rips it foul. Ball boy is not playing aggressive out there. Okay, because I know like you can't get insurance if you're over 37, right? I knew he was getting up there. All right, to the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. So he picks it up, tags him, and he once again gets out of a sticky, troublesome situation. This time with a couple strikeouts, and it stays 2-1. We go to the bottom of the third. Venezuela up, Japan coming up. Yamamoto dodging bullets. Reminds me of the old Bill Helmuth. 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 I dodge bullets, baby. Uh, I really wasn't paying too much attention, honestly. I've been here in Korea since 2014. I think the punishment was not severe enough. I think the punishment should have been more severe. Is yeah, I mean it's just to me I think the punishment was way too relaxed. I don't think it was strong enough to keep people or keep teams from trying to find a way to do it again. I think that much stronger and much more severe punishments probably, yeah. Yeah, but I don't know about that. Like their issue was is they were using technology to cheat. So like every team does bends the rules a little bit to try to get an advantage, obviously. Yeah, it's the whole they used technology to do its issue that a lot of people obviously have issues with. And then obviously the fact that they won the championship that year, uh, that's, added on to it, I guess I should say. Yeah, I don't think so either. As first pitch is down and away, ball one. Suarez just sitting at Suarez just sitting at 32 pitches now. Why is that not racing? Oh, that's why. Yeah, and a good, well, good player developments too. As the Genda looks at the ball two outside at 2-1. Oops, wrong side. And another 2-1 pitch rolls that over. Yeah, I have quite a few friends from the Texas area, and their love and disdain for the Texans is equal parts. I've never been a big NFL fan though. I I'm from Missouri, and so I was a St. Louis Cardinals football fan when I was growing up. As the 2-2 misses outside or misses up, and it runs the count full 3-2. Second full count of the day for the Japan Samurai Japan. And the 3-2 pitch misses up and in, and he walks him. Leadoff batter is on for Japan as they'll bring up the number 9 hitter. What's up, Steve? Yeah, my all-time favorite though is I had a student who had a pair of LA or red, I think it was New York Yankees sweatpants and a Red Sox hoodie or Red Sox sweatshirt on. Yeah, I just like, what? What is that? As pitching coach is gonna come out and talk to Suarez after he just walked the leadoff batter, and now he's a 1-0 to Wakatsu Wakatsuki. Oh my lord, I can't pronounce words this morning. Steve, did you get up early to watch the game, or did you just happen to be get up at a regular time to watch? And did you watch the Korea game yesterday? All right, the 1-0 pitch after the mound visit. He drops down a bunt. He'll pick it up and throw over to first, and a small ball, lowering your chance of scoring a run by 4%. Venezuelan team will take it. Flips the lineup back over. Yeah, I did too. I had to work yesterday. We had a Somyonghae, so I had to work, and I wasn't able to actually stream the game as they intentionally walk Otani. Yeah, it was 7-0, and I got in the shower to get ready for work, and when I came out, the game was over as the first pitch is fouled away, 0-1. They are saying, Otani, we're not going to let you beat us. Yeah, I got up early to watch it. The like the quality on all three channels, KBS, SBS, and NBC, were all awful. That is a fouled way. 0-2. First in home runs, first in RBIs, first in slugging. And it's important to note that Japan is not a hitter's league. It is a 100% a pitcher's league as he lays off of that in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Johan Santana. Yeah, like I have since I'm in the new one, I have like full UHD 4K TV in both rooms. I no longer have to run a cable from my living room to my other room. Back in time to see if Japan can do it. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Runners on first and second in the dirt, and now he's got another full count. Full count walk to Genda to lead off the inning, and then the sacrifice moved him over before Otani was walked to put runners on first and second. So you got to 1 out, 43 pitches from Suarez. The NPB home run leader up to bats. And he rips it in, gets in fair, and it's going to roll down into the corner. Genda is going to come around home, easily makes it in. Otani, are they going to wave him home? They do not, as a double will tie the game here for Soto. A full count RBI double as Genda is able to come around from second and easily score. And Otani is going to head on over to third. And just like that, they've got runners on the second and third with a tie game. Yeah, so the issue with it is I like I could use TVing, but TVing is really slow. That misses low, ball one. Morishita will get his first at bat as he again took over for Suzuki, who ended up getting hurt when he was caught stealing. Steps back off of the rubber, and we'll have another 1-0 pitch coming up. So Tani is over at third, second to there. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Ripped, but it's foul, 1-1. Yeah, so like I only had one cable box at the old apartment because it came with my apartment. So I didn't have actual like internet, or I had internet, but I didn't have cable. But this new apartment, I have UHD in the studio room and also in the main living room. So I think so too. I think the championship is U.S. versus Dominican Republic. Yeah, I 100% agree. And that is popped up, but will get foul, and it's 2-2. 48 pitches now for Suarez. 20 in the first inning, at 10 in the second. Had 30 coming into this inning. He's already at the 19 pitches as he's running into some issues. Runners on second and third with just 1 out, and Morishita is up to bat. And the 2-2, he goes down and lifts it, and it is goodbye baseball as Japan takes a huge 5-3 lead, or 5-2 lead on the 3-run shots by Morishita, who took over after Suzuki was injured, getting caught stealing. That was a fantastic pitch. A fantastic pitch. But he just went down and got it. And just like that, Japan has decided that they were done playing around with Venezuela. The first pitch is low to Yoshida. Or nope, and that did catch the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Oh yeah, definitely. As the 0-1 throws over to first, and the 4-3 putouts makes it 2 away. Yeah, 100%. Remember, that's the And I remember you had the two prongs that you had to unscrew and then screw in, and then it had the little slider up and down for whether you wanted a game or not. You had to put it on channel 3. Oh yeah, I 100% remember those. All right, Okamoto will come up with the 2 outs as Suarez is done for the day. As we'll have our first pitching change on the game. Guess we should have some hits here. Why is Japan's scores not coming up? See if that fixes it. Walks, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Walks, walks, walks. Oh, I'll find out who is taking over in Venezuela. Bizardo will come in to pitch. So, but uh, I actually the monitor that I watch the game is not actually hooked up to my computers at all. Uh, but that actually doesn't work anymore. Uh, those type of controllers. So a lot of like cable box type things have a uh like a control inside of it that does not allow you to be able to like split off like that. I don't know, at least in the US, maybe not in Korea or the Chinese products that we're going to get is, but coming in is Bastardo. Sorry, Bizardo. Yeah, 6.75 ERA, and the first pitch is into the corner. Sorry, the second pitch, and just like that, another hit for Japan is Okamoto ends up doubling on the second pitch he sees. They kept showing replays and didn't even know the game was back. So a double here. He again led off last inning with a line out to center field, and then comes up now with a double as Murakami steps in, and that is up high, ball one. Murakami 0 for 1 today, struck out, 3 for 16 in this WBC with a home run, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored. And another 1-0 way outside at 2-0. Zardo wearing the short shorts. Again, not a big fan of those. And the 2-0 pitch. This is outside as it didn't quite break back in enough. And it's 3-0. Runner over at second base is Okamoto, who just had a double after the Yoshida groundouts. And 3-0 swing and a miss. A big cut there. He was not given the take sign on that 3-0 pitch. Yeah, and here comes the 3-1 pitch. Nope, he steps off, and Okamoto will head back over to second base. That is his first pickoff attempt. And the 3-1, that's going to be rolled over. Second baseman scoops it up, tosses it over to first base for the third out, but not before the damage is done, ladies and gentlemen. A walk, a sacrifice, an intentional walk, and a double tied the game at a two before a three-run shot by Morishita puts Japan up 5-2 as we go to the fourth. Big time, a big time. Walks, walks, walks. The story of game one of the day. Let's see. All right. A huge, huge, huge inning for Japan. As many people were like, "Uh oh." Again, this is not the best Japan and Japanese team. Yamamoto, though, at 57 pitches, do they keep him out there? 57 pitches through three innings. He's ran into trouble. Each inning has started with an extra base hits for Venezuela. You had the solo shot to start the game for Acuna Jr. Then the second inning was back-to-back doubles from Tovar and Torres, and then the third inning was a leadoff double from Garcia. So lots of base runners. Yamamoto, while he's been getting out of it with minimal damage, the big thing is those are stressful pitches early in this season. He's at 57 pitches, 80 pitches, the limits. Do they keep him out there? Let him keep going? That is thy question, I guess. Yep, he is still out there. Torres rolls over the first one. Shortstop picks it up, throws over to first, and one away. That was a quick one pitcher, one out. First pitcher to throw back to back complete games in a postseason since Kurt Schilling. All right. Breu steps in and looks at ball one, and it's a 1-0. Breu walked in his first at bats. Bases loaded walk back in the second inning. 4 for 14 in this WBC. And the 1-0 pitch, strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Three-time Pacific League MVP, WBC championship back in 23, two World Series championships, a 2025 World Series MVP, and a swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Abreu needs a timeout. 61 pitches for Yamamoto, sets up on the outside, a swing and a miss on another pitch way, way off the zone. And that's his fourth strikeout of the day. And quickly, two away. One strikeout in the second, two in the third, two huge strikeouts as you had a runner over at third and was able to get the two strikeouts to keep the score 2-1 at the time. And then now another strikeout here. Torres. Why do I have Torres there? It's definitely Perez. I don't know why that says that. This whole time I've had the wrong catcher's name. I think I had The catcher from earlier. Sorry, Salvador. Let's try that there. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch to Salvador Perez, and it's low, ball one. Yamamoto, 14 pitches in the first inning, 23 in the second, 20 in the third. And again, this is the first inning that he hasn't had a base runner. He hasn't had given up a hit yet, says the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a beautiful pitch running inside, and it's 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch. Lays off of that, says it's 2-2 now. Perez flew out to right field in his first at bat. And just misses low. Runs the count full, 3-2. 0 for 2 with a walk in full counts, the fourth full count of the day for Venezuela. And the 3-2 pitch goes down to his knee, fouls that away, and it stays 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. Beautiful. Catches him looking. And another strikeout for Yamamoto, this time of the looking variety. And we will go to the fifth inning. It's 5-2 Japan. Absolutely filthy pitch there. 1-2-3 inning for Yamamoto. Finally a 1-2-3 inning. Only 12 pitches, also 69 pitches, which means he probably will come out for the fifth inning. I don't, but it'd be tough for him to be able to finish the fifth inning with that 80 pitch counts limits. What's up, Kiwi? I was wondering if you were ready to watch or not. We'll see what happens. Bizarro, we'll see if he comes back out. Mackey will lead things off, the number 7 hitter for Japan. You going again today? Well, if you're given an outfield seat, you got to take it, right? All right, so we should be just about back. And old Emmanuel De Jesus will step in and take the mound. Former KT Wiz and former Kium Hero. Guess they're giving him a capital D on this one. Yeah, his first pitch is a ball, but the umpire once again doesn't know the strike zone, and he calls it a strike. And a swing and a miss there, and it's quickly 0-2. The Manuel de Jesus. That is the fouled away. Not letting him in the old dance circle, as that one is lifted up. A right fielder Acuna giving chase, stops under it and one away. Genda will step in. You got to watch this game, Kiwi. There might be a old Ricardo Sanchez sighting. You don't want to miss that. As that's misses outside, ball one. I mean, you got a De Jesus sighting now. Genda walked and scored a run just in last inning, and that is a fouled away, 1-1. Imagine that, getting some Jesus and Sanchez all in one day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna try to go to one. I'm really gonna try, as that's a foul away. Underpaid, but should have never been re-signed. All right, the 1-2 pitch bounces that in the dirt to 2-2. I think the most underpaid foreigner was Weiss. All right, the 2-2 pitch fouled away. I would drive if I'm going there, because getting from the train station to the actual stadium is also an absolute pain. That's a ground ball right back up the middle, and that's will be his first hit of the day and his second time on base. Right back up the middle for Ginda. That brings up Wakatsuki. Man, that is so different. Yeah. I mean, it's a big city. There's lots of people in the city, but there's not a lot of transportation. That is up and in, and that's ball one. Oh, 1-0. Sack bunts in the first inning, or the third inning. His last at bat, his only at bats, just his last at bats in the last inning. That's misses low, 2-0. Very useless as he bunted over, and then they just intentionally walked Ohtani. But Changwon is like 5 kilometers to the stadium, so it's much better than Ulsan. Ulsan is a long taxi ride. Is that's a misses up, and that's the 3-0 counts. Don't imagine he is getting the swing sign on a 3-0 count. That is right down the middle, and it's 3-1. Like, I walked to Changwon Station. I usually just go early and walk to the station. I'll take an hour walk to get there. It's all right. And the 3-1 checks over on the runner, but he's easily in. Doesn't even attempt to tag. Tries the old hidden ball trick. That's too disciplined for that stuff. All right, the 3-1 pitch. Up high, and he walks him. Flips the lineup back over to Ohtani. This time you got to pitch to him, as he's got the 2 runners on already. Paul Skeens versus Luis Seravino. Yeah, and I mean it's not a bad. There's nothing like cool to see on the walk, but it's a nice walk. Couple nice bridges as Ohtani swing and a miss there. As that high fastball gets him swinging 0-1. 1-for-1 today with a solo shot to lead off the bottom of the first. Intentional walk and came around to score on the 3-run shot, and that's a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. The Jesus showing what the KBO pitchers are able to do against Ohtani. Yeah, and then the 0-2 pitch. Up and outside, ball 1, 1-2. The good thing about Changwon also is, that is fouled away, is the fact that, all right, sounds good, Steve. I'll be back next weekend for some spring KBO action. Won't be able to do any other games because I got to work. Any other WBC games, I should say. But yeah, the nice thing about Changwon is around the stadium is lots of places to eat and do stuff like that. A swing and a miss on a pitch way off the plates, and Emmanuel De Jesus gets himself a strikeout of Mr. Ohtani, showing the KBO is all about, ladies and gentlemen. But near the station is a bunch of hotels and stuff, so it is conveniently laid out, not necessarily convenient to move around the city. And that's first pitch is a foul away. 0-1. Also, getting a taxi is really difficult in Chong. All right, to the 0-1 pitch. And that catches the top of the zone, 0-2. All right, enjoy, Kiwi. Where are you at the stadium? Maybe they'll actually show today's game on TV, because they didn't show it yesterday. What section? All right, the 0-2 pitch. Way outside, as that's a ball 1. Middle outfield. The old KBO, left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, 0-2 count, throw it in the other batter's box, and hopefully they swing at it. It did not work. Yes, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and fouls away the high fastball, and it stays 1-2. Jesus, 24 pitches in this inning. He gave up a 1-out single and a walk. He was hoping that he could get some of that KBO and Tokyo Dome rosin, not this junky US stuff. Here we go, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets out of it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will take us to the 5th inning. 5-2. I will be back in just a second. we're back. As Sumida takes over on the mound, the first pitch is a ball, and it's 1-0. And the 1-0 misses low, 2-0. Yamamoto done after 4 innings, was able to get out of it, I guess. To Sumida, one game, ERA of 0. Did get a win. Churio 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in his first at bat. And the 2-0 misses up, and it's 3-0. 1 for 7 in his WBC. And Venezuela needs some base runners. And the 3-0 pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. On to bottle number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Just the good stuff. All right, here we go. The 3-1 pitch, low, ball 4, and he walks the leadoff batter. Last inning, the 4th inning, was the only inning that the leadoff batter did not reach base in this game for Venezuela. Gets rid of some Yamamoto strikeouts there. Flips the lineup back over to Acuna Jr. as Sumida walks the leadoff base runner. Acuna 1 for 2 on the day. A solo shot in the first inning. Looks at a beautiful pitch in there for a strike on the inside bottom corner, and it's 0-1. And Acuna led off the game with a solo shot, 5 for 15 in this WBC. Did in the inning in the second with a 4-3 groundout, a check swing there. He also had a check swing 4-3 groundout in the second inning with runners on the base. The bases. Here we go. Pitch number 8 from Sumida. Acuna Jr. 1 for 2 today. Responsible for the first run of the game. He would like to bring Venezuela back within 1. And he rolls over that one, but it does get foul, and it stays 0-2. I thought they were supposed to have their pockets tucked in. Maybe that's just a KBO thing. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Another check swing, foul. Nice touch play by Odor over there at the third base as the third base coach shows off his FIFA soccer skills. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Lays off of it, 1-2. Tried to get him chase out of the zone, but he did not. Chirino over there at first base after the walk. And the 1-2 pitch lays off of that one, and it's 2-2. 0-2 to 2-2. Count is now even as Acuna Jr. trying to get some more base runners. Capitan Salvador Perez looking on. And the 2-2 pitch. Did he go around? I think he did. He did. And Acuna Jr. is not happy. He said he did not go around, but the call says he did. We'll see. Yeah, he went. The first base umpire, or the first base coach, is eyeing that first base umpire. And misses low, ball 1. Miguel Cabrera going to have a little chit chat. I think he probably went to see if he did go, as that's a strike, but not called one, and it's 2-0. 14 pitches now for Sumida. As the 2-0 in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone at 2-1. Miguel Cabrera chirping at the first base umpire. He's giving him a little look. And the 2-1 pitch. And there for a strike and 2-2. Yeah, it could have been rung up if he would have called the second the second pitch a strike like it actually was. Again, just any KBO fan really loving the KBO ABS system as that goes down to get that one, pops up, but it gets out of play and it stays at 2-2. 17 pitches now for Sumida, who just only has one out. And here we go, the 2-2 pitch. Checks over at first. The little eye look from the catcher back there. Didn't even want to set up. He was like, I'm not doing anything until you throw the ball over there. Garcia, 1 for 2 on the day, had doubled in his last at bat to lead off the third inning, but was stranded on the bases as that fouled into his foot, and it stays at 2-2. Will pop up to the third baseman in fair territory in his first at bats in the first inning. The third inning, a double or a leadoff double, and then again coming up here in the fifth inning. And trying to get a couple runs back from Japan as they took the 5-2 lead. That one is ripped but foul. And another 2-2 pitch coming up. Had to make him back off the mound. All right, here we go. The 2-2 pitch. And he rips that one, and that is going. Goodbye, baseball. Another huge swing. And just like that, it's a one-run game. Just like that. Huge swing. And we've got ourselves a big time ball game, ladies and gentlemen. That brings up Arias. Miguel Cabrera still yapping at the first base umpire, as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Ooh, a beautiful curveball, and it's 0-2. He was way out in front of that one. And in the 0-2 pitch, Swing and a miss there, and it's way on K's. 2 outs now. Just hanging it over the middle of the plates. Cunha Jr. wants to chirp at the first base umpire for calling him out. Miguel saying, no, let me do it. I get thrown out. It's not a big deal. You get thrown out. It's huge. Trying to think, do we have a pitching change or something? And we got a mound visit, so maybe, yep, we got a pitching change, and we'll make sure everything is updated while we wait for that. We'll see who's coming in for Japan. Fujihira will come in to pitch. Fujihira comes in to pitch. How has he done so far this year? Well, he's not giving up any runs. I don't know if he's pitched or not. Again, the MLB does not keep very good records of this WBC. On their MLB's website, the only thing that they have is the ERA, the wins and losses. That's it. So outside of those two stats, you don't really know. So if they have an ERA of 0, you don't know if it's because they didn't pitch or if they just have an ERA of 0. So you just kind of have to wait until you find some more stats somewhere. Fujihiro will face Suarez. Suarez on the day, 0 for 2 with a strikeout in his last at bat and a 5-3 ground out in his first at bat. We should be just about back. And that was the previous pitch. And the first pitch is there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 62 games, 2-2 record with a 2.11 ERA and 59 points at 2 innings for. That is not correct at all. If you're watching, that's the thing that is not the KBO. No, he did not play in the KBO. The 0-1 pitch. Ball. Please quit using the umpire cam on pitches. Yeah, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. And did he go around? He did not. Maybe a little intimidation call there. Not calling the swing. See if we get a replay there. 2-1 pitch. That is low into the dirt, and it's 3-1. I'm not a fan of these camera choices. I'm not a fan of them at all. The umpire cam is cool is for a replay, not to watch the actual game. The constant view of the of the pitcher with his leg kick is not cool when there's a pitch going on. The sudden change just is not it, ladies and gentlemen. As that does break in for the second strike, runs the count to 3-2 as the fifth full count of the day for Venezuela. And the 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside down at the bottom of the zone. And he misses up, but he fouls it off, and it stays 3-2. I want to see the pitcher and the batter whenever there's a pitch being thrown. I don't want all these extra camera angles. If you want to use them for replays or whatever, that's cool. Yeah, go ahead. More power to you, but not for the regular broadcast. Yeah, here we go. The 3-2 pitch fouls it into his foot, and it stays 3-2. 7 pitches now for Fujihira. All right, here we go. Suarez steps back in. And then pops it up. A catcher gets rid of the mask. Under it in front of the bench and makes the catch. 3 away, but that's is after the 2-run shots by Garcia to bring it back within 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-4 Japan. Big game here. It's coming up is going to be the 3-4-5 hitters for Team Japan or Samurai Japan, whatever you want to call it. Japan is left at 3 runners on so far. Venezuela is left 3 runners on so far. 2 for 6 with runners on base for Japan through 4 innings. A 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Then you got Venezuela, who is 2 for 9 with runners on base and 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So a ton of opportunities for Venezuela early in this game. They did go 1, 2, 3 in one of the innings. The other one was a leadoff homer, so not a 1, 2, 3. But Japan has had base runners in the first inning. Second inning was a 1, 2, 3. But they've had both teams have had plenty of base runners so far. Morishita will lead things off for Team Japan or Samurai Japan, however you want to look at it. He is the proud owner of that 3-run shot. He's only had 1 at bat as he took over after Suzuki was injured trying to steal a base. He took over in center field and then promptly hit a 3-run shot. So he's 2 for 7 in this WBC with his 1 home run and 3 RBIs coming on that first strike. And that's a strike down at the bottom of the zone for De Jesus. Questionable strike. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, sets up high in the zone and misses up high, and it's 1-1. 94 onto the gun for De Jesus. And the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, Beautiful curveball, but curved a little bit too much, and it's now 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Sets up low. Misses outside to 3-1. And the 3-1, a swing and a miss there. 3-2 runs the count full. Wrong button. Fourth full count of the day for Japan. They have reached base on all three. A couple walks and a double. And the 3-2 pitch. Fouled it away. Stays 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch once again sets up on the inside and just catches the bottom of the zone. He knew it as soon as it broke back across, and just like that, so on away. As De Jesus has been pitching well out of the bullpen for Venezuela. And came in, gave up a 1-out single and a walk to Wakatsuki, but got Otani and Sato on strikeouts, and then another one here to start this inning. That one's fouled away, and it's 0-1. 3 straight strikeouts for De Jesus. Yoshida Masataka 0 for 2 today. Was struck out in the first inning, a 4-3 ground out in the second inning, or the third inning. Yeah, and the 0-1 pitch misses way, way outside. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch way up high. 2-1. 94 on the gun there from Manuel. And the 2-1 rolls over. Second baseman throws over to first, and 2 away. Salvador Perez, all tournament team 2023. Masataka Yoshida. Okamoto steps in. Okamoto doubled in his last at bat, so 1 for 2 on the day. Is a awful call by the home plate umpire, and that's apparently a strike. It should have brought his 9-iron if he's going to have this umpire, ladies and gentlemen. And the 0-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go around? He says he did. And Japan just getting ripped with these umpires. Like to see a replay of that one. Right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Let's think. Pops him up. Salvador Perez under it in foul territory and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning. And just like that, this game is really just hit a brick wall. We go to the 6th inning. It's 5-4. I'll have the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for Venezuela. All right. So we should be just about to bet. We'll see if Fujihara stays out there. Nope. Ito will come in to pitch now for Japan. Ito comes in to take over on the mound for Japan. He will face the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Torres, Abreu, and Perez here in the top of the 6th inning. Ito, ERA of 6 in this tournament so far. And the first pitch is fouled away 0-1. 27 games, a 14-8 record, 252 ERA, and 196.2 innings with 195 strikeouts. So a strikeout an inning. The pitch clock violation, I guess, on the catcher. Here we go with a 1-1 pitch. Time is called by the by Tovar. Do I have this wrong? Ah, yes, I do. Sorry, it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for Venezuela as he holds off on that. It doesn't go around, and it's 2-1. Sorry about that. Tovar, 1 for 2 on the day, a double with a run scored back in the second. Again, led off that inning with a double. Came around to score on the Torres RBI double. And the 2-1 pitch misses outside, 3-1. Here we go with a 3-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside, down at the bottom of the zone, and he strokes that into the gap. And that is going to drop down, and he is going to be on base again the second time today with a leadoff single. And just like that, the go-ahead run is coming to the plates. This game is getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Need some cleaner on that camera lens, though. Torres steps in now, also 1 for 2 with a RBI double in his first at bat, a 6-3 ground out to lead off the 4th inning. Oh, 1 for 2, and that's way outside. I don't know. Warming up is Yuki Matsumoto. The right-hander is that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. Yuki Matsumoto, ERA of 9 himself in WBC. 1-1. It checks over, not in time. And he takes off. It's going to be a ground ball through the left side. Is he going to go head to third? And he's going to come up throwing. And just like that, another single puts runners on the corner with nobody out. Hit and run was on, and just like that, Venezuela is putting some pressure on Ito. Still nobody out. Now you've got the tying run 90 feet away. Abreu steps in. Torres led off with a double in the second inning, and then Tovar led off with a double in the second inning, followed by Torres with a double. Lead off the sixth inning with a single, and then Torres follows up with another single. Abreu looks at the ball one low, and it's 1-0. Abreu 0 for 1 tonight, walked in his first at bats, and then from there he struck out back in the fourth inning. That is a fouled away, 1-1. Takes a wander around home plates. After that's a foul ball. Still feels like the WBC uniform sleeves are too short. A 265 against right-handed pitchers, as that one is outside at 2-1. Here we go, the 2-1 pitch. That is turned on, and goodbye baseball. Another 3-run shot. And just like that, Venezuela takes the lead 7-5. Big time swing by Abreu. And now, Japan is in some trouble. I told you they didn't have, I didn't think they had the best team this year compared to years prior, and it is showing massively. Right out. 7-5. Come on, face. There we go. All right, the first pitch to Perez, grounded to the third baseman, throws across the diamond, and that's one away. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Churio. Churio struck out in his first at bat, walked and scored a run in his last at bat. Yeah, fakes the bunts, pulls it back, and it's 1-0. A 100 home runs in 44 games. Again, it seems like every game has multiple home runs. That's a 1-1. People were asking earlier in another stream if they thought the baseball was juiced because there's so many home runs. And they were asking if Tokyo Dome was small because there's so many home runs in Tokyo Dome. All right, the 2-1 pitch to Chiriyo. He goes down, lifts that one up. That's going, but in front of the warning track. will be the outs. 2 away now. And they flip the lineup back over. Abreu had no doubt about that one. That one was absolutely crushed. As soon as he hit it, everyone jumped out of the dugouts. Massive, massive swing there. All right, Acuna Jr. looks at strike one and down the middle, and it's 0-1. Yeah, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Japan in trouble, finding themselves from up 5-2 to down 7-5 in a matter of 2 innings. It's courtesy of a 2-run shot and a 3-run shot. And the 0-2 rings them up on a ball. And he is not happy. But Venezuela takes the lead on a 3-run shot by Abreu. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-5 Venezuela. Cunha is not having a good day. Led off the game with a solo shot, but after that, he is called out on what he thought was a check swing, and now he just gets rung up on ball one. Not enjoying this umpire crew. So many home runs. Acuna with a solo shot. Again, you had two doubles that were off of the wall. One was off the top of the wall, one was off the bottom of the wall. And you got a 2-run shot in the 5th inning. You got a 3-run shot in the 6th. For Japan, you got a solo shot for Otani and a 3-run shot by Morishita. So both of these teams, most of their runs coming via the home run. You know, manufacturing a little bits here and there, but it's not much. That was just absolute bomb. All right, so we should be back here for the bottom of the 6th. I have to imagine that they are going to change pitchers. De Jesus with 39 pitches. I have to think that they're going to bring somebody else in. Nope, they're going to keep De Jesus out there. They haven't announced any changes yet. Japan will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the 6th. Murakami, Maki, and Genda. Yep, De Jesus back out there. And the first pitch is fouled away. 0-1. Murakami 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first at bat, a 4-3 ground out in his second at bat. And the 0-1 pitch misses outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch sets up on the inside corner, and he lifts that one to center fielder under it, though. And that's one away. Brings up Mackey, the second baseman, 0 for 2 on the day. Is struck out in his first at bats and flew out to right field in his second at bat. As here comes the pitching coach. As De Jesus gets a ton of congratulations. We will have a pitching change as they're going to bring in, I believe, a righty here to face Mackey. Jesus done for the day, but he is in line for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Maki, right-hander. Again, most of the players for Japan and Korea follow sorry, a very specific thing where they they're going to bat left but throw right. Many of them are right-handed, but they learn to bat left-handed because it's closer to the bag, much more of like a slap hitter type stuff. So Maki is one of the few right-handed batting uh, members for the Samurai Japan. As far as infielder, they just have Maki and Okamoto are the only two right-handed hitting infielders. As far as outfield, you have Morishita Shoto and Suzuki Seiya. But Suzuki is obviously out because of the injury, and then obviously the right-handed hitting catchers, you have them. But yeah, for the most part, you end up with a lot of left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing pitchers or hitters for Japan and Korea both. We do have our pitching change here. They have announced who's coming in, and it's Jose Buta. Okay, Buta. All right, Jose Buto comes out to replace Emmanuel De Jesus. Uh, we'll have the righty here. Again, I don't know how he pitched in the first round of the playoffs. And that's in there for a strike, and it's on 1. 3 games, 4 innings, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, and a walk. And they just tell me that his ERA is 0. I don't know what that means. Is that's catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Maki 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and that fly out that I talked about a little bit earlier. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Throws it in the dirt into the other batter's box, and it's 1-2. Maki, before today's game, hitting at 222 in this WBC. But obviously, that's a little lower now with an 0-2. That one is way, way up high. And it's 2-2. Japanese fans cheering them their team on. And the 2-2 misses low, runs the count full, 3-2. Goes from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. Go the 3-2 pitch. Rolled over, third baseman grabs it. It takes a couple steps, throws across, and 2 away. But that brings up the number 8 hitter, Genda, who was 1 for 1 on the day. Genda 1 for 1, walked and scored a run in his first at bats, led off the 3rd inning, and then a single in his other at bats. That's outside, ball 1, 1-0. 5 for 8 in this WBC. 4 RBIs, 4 runs. The 1-0 misses outside at 2-0. Otani in the hole with Wakutsuki on deck. Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-1. Venezuela trying to stay focused, trying to bring this game home. And the 2-1 pitch. That is slapped, but it's a jumping stop by the shortstop on a soft little liner. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, go. Samurai Japan as we go to the 7th inning. Venezuela 7, Japan 5. Another 1, 2, 3, 2 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for Japan or for Venezuela, however you're looking at it. Venezuela will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. We'll see who comes in for Japan to pitch. Maybe they'll stay with the same guy, but who knows? Ooh. At least the 2 games today have been good games. Again, Italy won 8-6 earlier today, although it was not quite as close as that's as close as the score says. Again, Puerto Rico only had 1 hit with runners on base. Both teams left a lot of men on base, 9 and 10 men on base. We do have a new pitcher coming in, as I just saw somebody running in from the bullpen. So we'll see who's coming in. So I think we have a new pitcher for Japan. And he'll face Garcia. Yep. Taneki. Taneki, something. Again, I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these names. I'm just winging it, ladies and gentlemen. Just winging it. A right-hander who 1-0. I believe he got the win in the game against Korea out of the bullpen, ERA of 0. I know he pitched that game, and I think he also pitched in the Australia game. And the first pitch right down the middle for a strike. 2 games, 2 innings, 5 strikeouts. He is twitchy. It's outside, ball 1. 1-1. No, the 2, 3, 4 hitters, Garcia, Alvarez, and Suarez. Garcia, 2-run shot in his last at bats. That's one misses down and in, 2-1. Oh, a 2 for 3 on the day. Fly out to the third baseman in the first at bat, a double in the second, and then a 2-run shot in the fifth to bring them within 1. That misses inside, and it's 3-1. 8 for 17 in this WBC. And the 3-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike and runs the count full, 3-2. Another full count, the 6th full count of the day for Venezuela. They've had not much, as they've had a walk. That's it from their full counts, and that's rolled over Shortstop grabs it, throws it across the diamond, and that's one away. All right, Arraez steps in, 0 for 3 on the day, popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat, looks at ball one way outside, 1-0. Then a 4-3 ground out in his second at bat, and a strikeout in his last. And the 1-0 pitch misses low, 2-0. Reyes have something in his eye. Time is called. Doesn't count towards his time. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Fouls that one off, 2-1. Again, I like the helmet cam from the umpire, but I just don't like it whenever it's the pitch. Here we go, the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away. He runs the count to 2-2. Reyes hits himself over the head a couple times. Trying not to strike out. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside. Misses in, and whoa, that should have been rung up. But instead, we've got ourselves another full count. He set up outside and missed inside. Went right across the bottom of the plate, but the 3-2 pitch rolls over. The second baseman grabs it, throws over to first base, and another out. The first two are down here in the seventh inning for Venezuela. That brings up the number 4 hitter, Suarez. Brings up the number 4 hitter, Suarez, 0 for 3, a 5-3 ground out in his first at bats, a strikeout, and a pop up to the catcher in foul territory. And that was an ugly looking swing for strike 1. 2 for 11 in this WBC, 0 for 3 tonight. What's back, Texas? And the 0-1 fouls that one off. At the bottom of the knob of the bats, and it's 0-2. Just in time, Texas. Hopefully you got to see the come from behind her. All right, the 0-2 pitch. Swing, another ugly looking swing there from Suarez. And he is down on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 7th. But first, we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be back. Japan's down 5-7. All right, so we're back. Here's bottom of the seventh here. Wakatsuki faces Zerpa. Inhale Zerpa. The first pitch is never a strike, and the second one is in the dirt. 1-1. Get the pitcher change for you guys. Zerpa takes over. And now that one's fouled away, and it's a 1-2. Oh, Zerpa will on the head of Zerpa. Don't know if he's pitched or not because, again, I talked about it before. As that's a strikeout looking for Wakatsuki. And that's one away as they flip the lineup back over to Otani. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. See, this one was called a strike, but just a few seconds ago it wasn't. But your worst nightmare. But if he hits a whole solo shot, it's still a 1-run game. As the 0-1 swing fouled it into the mitts, and it's 0-2. I think he's saying he hit his glove. Yeah, he hit his glove. Gonna be catcher's interference. Yeah, don't reach. Yeah. Yeah, they're reviewing it. I'm trying not to talk because my home assistant thing just caught me speaking English, but they thought it was Korean. So it's still waiting. Still waiting. Saying no interference. I think Otani probably knew it was interference, but the camera angles are so bad. Yeah, don't reach. Yeah. It's too fast for these cameras to pick up. They say that he didn't. They could have overturned it, but they're saying that he didn't hit his glove. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch. That one is in the dirt. 1-2. Yeah, it definitely looked like it hit the bottom of his glove, the thumb. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch. Side. Ball 2, 2-2. There we go. The 2-2 pitch. That's going to catch the outside corner, and another strikeout looking for Zerpa. Second strikeout looking as Otani goes down again with a second strikeout today. As Sato will come up to bat. Bottom of the seventh is Zerpa. Two straight strikeouts looking. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Yeah, and the 0-1 pitch. Foul away, 0-2. Japan quickly running out of outs. They've got to get to 2 runs before they get 7 outs. 1 for 3 tonight for Sato. A struck out looking, a struck out swinging, sandwiched in there with a double, and that's going to be right to the shortstop, playing right to the third base bag, the side of a third or second base, and a 6-3 ground out ends the inning. And we'll go to the 8th. It's a 7-5 Venezuela. Quick 1, 2, 3. As that gets rid of the top. So usually, I normally do the KBO, and then normally at one time usually 30 to 40. But the most I've ever had was I did Korea versus Cuba, and I had a couple hundred at a time watching. Yeah, the Korea, most of my subscribers are Korean, and since it's not a Korean game, it's not a Korea game, then they're just not that interested. So yeah, I mean, it's this is pretty dismal, honestly. Because I have, yeah, all the time. Again, most of my audience is not WBC people. Most of my audience is Korean baseball people. So most of my subscribers, since Korea is eliminated, they're not really interested in anything. But yeah. So, but yeah, I did this just because Japan was playing. I really wish I could have done yesterday's games, as that would have been better for me. But like right now, it's noon on a Sunday here in Korea. All right, so Weez be back. See who's on the mound. See if he is still out there. It is a righty. Yeah, I think we're depending on where you're at, we're like 15 hours ahead or 14 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone. Obviously, you're Central time zone, I think, or West Mountain. Are you Mountain time zone or Central? Yeah, the first pitch is down low, ball 1. Central. Okay. Yeah, and it's confusing too because you guys just had daylight savings time or whatever, so you spring forward an hour forward, and because that is a strike, but it's not called one at the top of the zone, and it's 2-0. So Tovar, 2 for 3 on the day, a double with a run scored, a single with a run scored, and that's going to be a single. At least it might be a double as he cuts it off over, and he is going to hustle into second base, and he's head first slide. He's led off 3 innings. He's got 2 doubles and a single to lead off those innings, and just like that, Venezuela is putting on some more pressure. Just like that. He led off the second inning with a double and came around to score on a RBI double by Torres. And then the sixth inning, he led off with a single. Torres followed with another single. This time he's leading off the eighth with a double. Yeah, I mean, some people may just be listening to the broadcast because in Korea it's pretty hard to watch the broadcast. So they may be watching the Korean broadcast but listening to my English commentary. That's what a lot of people do in the regular. But here in Korea, our spring training, the games start in an hour, so most people are watching those games. As that's Mrs. Lowe, 1-1. Well, the reason for that is because when I first started doing here on YouTube, uh, I would just get flooded with people asking, "Oh, which team should I take? Which game should I watch?" and all of that. So I got rid of that in order to minimize all the people asking for betting picks and things like that. So yeah, I eliminated. Make it. You have to sub for 5 minutes before you can have a chit chat, and throws it into center field. He is rounding third, coming home, and in as that's going to be a two-base error on the pitcher, and Venezuela takes an 8-5 lead. He turns and fires to center field, takes off, and just like that, it's 8-5, and Japan is in trouble. Yeah, a lot of Americans, a lot of really come to my stream trying to get advice on who to bet for the KBO. As the 2-1 is lifted to right field, going back, going back, going back at the wall, makes the catch. One hand on the wall, puts the glove up, and one away. Yeah, I really know hardly. I don't know a lot about gambling and a lot about betting. Uh, but I know a lot about KBO Korean baseball, and so they come to me because I know, who's hot, who's not, who's most likely going to play, who's most likely going to do well, and all of that. That's outside though. Ball one, 1-0. Abreu, a three-run shot that puts Venezuela ahead to 7-5. Looks at the ball two, low, and it's 2-0. 1 for 2 on the day. Walk, a strikeout, and that three-run shot. So I used to stream on Africa TV, which is now called Soup. Soup has the Korean baseball. They have a free viewing of the Korean baseball. I was gonna stream on Kick, but I just never got around to setting up a dual streaming stuff, as that's it misses up high. Apparently, should have been strike two, but it's 3-1 now. Twitch doesn't work in Korea. They don't have support in Korea, so I can't stream on Twitch. And the 3-1 pitch fouled away, runs the count full, 3-2. Yeah, actually, the best for what I do for the KBO is Soup, SOOP, because Soup actually offers you can watch the game for free. As that is lifted into the outfield, left fielder going back at the wall, in front of the wall, and makes the catch. Yeah, so SOOPLIVE.com, souplive.com has free Korean games. You can watch all 5 games every single day for free. They have the international broadcasting rights. I was talking to that company at one point. They wanted me to do English broadcasting for them, but it didn't work out because I live in Korea, so I can't stream the Korean games outside of Korea. That's one runs in on him, and it's 1-0. Uh, but yeah, Twitch doesn't have supports here. I'm trying to get enough subscribers. I just started a TikTok, so I'm trying to get enough subscribers there to be able to stream on TikTok, as that catches the outside corner. Apparently, this ump has a much different view of the strike zone than the box or my eyes. Oh, Perez 0 for 3 on the day. A fly out to right to backwards K and a 5-3 ground out. Rips that one right at Shohei Ohtani over there in the foul territory. As Ohtani is still having himself a joy. Tells Perez to try to hit it fair and not at his head. And 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off again. Stays 1-2. Yeah, if you want some AM baseball, you can check out Soup. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch lays off of it up high, 2-2. Yeah, that was my goal. But unfortunately, I couldn't hit very well, and I didn't have enough money to play baseball in the U.S. anymore. The 2-2 swing and a miss, but a double and an error on the pitcher ends up scoring another run for Venezuela. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It's 8-5 Venezuela. Yeah, I did play here in Korea, not professionally or anything. I did play local baseball here in Korea, and I was really really good defensively. Oh, you're young, young. You are young, young. I yeah, I played in Korea, just like the local league, and like I was remarkably better than almost all of them, and I didn't even play high school baseball. Yeah, here if you want to play like a local league, like just a city league, you cannot even, like, if you're an American, you cannot have played in high school. If in Korea, if you want to play like the city leagues, if you played high school or higher, you're not allowed to play. Also, like, you're only allowed one foreigner per game. I was the only foreigner in the entire league. I played in two different leagues. I was the only foreigner. Yeah, that's a standard practice these days. But I'm not allowed to pitch. They don't allow foreigners to pitch in the city leagues, or at least not the city league that I played in. No. Right, you're gonna have the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Japan. We'll see who's out there pitching. We'll see if they stick with Zerpa or not. Nope. Machado will come in. And the first pitch from Machado is in there for a strike at a 99. No, no more Shido. 1 for 2. Again, he had that big, gigantic 3-run shot at the time to put Korea up, or Japan up 5-2. That one is fouled into the ground, and it's 0-2. Perez gonna go have a chat with him. Look like it might have been crossed up. Nope. The umpire also coming out to talk to him. Yeah, I'm sure the big difference. So Machado, 3 games, 3 innings. Perez, looks like he might have sprained his finger on that because it didn't hit the back of his hand. Andres Jimenez takes over at second base. I'll get to that all changed up for you. Torres comes out. And the 0-2 pitch rolls over, but it's foul. Way up, 1-2. And a swing and a miss, the strikeouts, and 1 away. Two-seam fastball runs in. Yoshida will step in to face Machado, trying to make sure that everything is up. Sliding catch by, I don't know who it was. I can't see. But that was who was that? Churio? Yeah, a sliding catch by Churio running in, and that's 2 away. And I can't see the names on the back of the uniforms, but that's going to bring up the fifth hitter. And the first pitch is popped up. Right fielder coming running in, makes a sliding catch. No, he's not able to hold on to it. And Okamoto will be on base with a 2 outs, a single. They'll give him a single there. I think they'll give him a single. We will wait and see what the official call is. Again, Acuna came running in, sliding catch. It hit his glove, but ended up dropping down, and that's will give a little bit of life to Team Japan. And that is a call to strike, but it's low. It's an awful call. Yeah, and it's 0-1. Murakami 0 for 3 fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. Murakami struck out in his first at bat, a 4-3 ground out, and a fly out to center. Yeah, and here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Misses way outside. 1-2. 99 on the gun once again. We'll see what they. Yeah, they did give him a single. And the 1-2 way up and in. Perez set up outside and ran way in, almost hit him on the hands, and it's 2-2. Time is called. Yeah, but the arm helps a lot too. Like the arm length, because you're as that is going to be a single into left field, and back-to-back singles has puts Japan with the tying run on base. Aki steps in 0 for 3 on the day. Have a mound visit to talk to Machado. All right, Maki steps in 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out in his first at bat, flew out to right in his second at bat, and a 5-3 ground out in his third. First pitch is fouled away, and it's 0 1. Pitch ran way in on his hands, but he's gets around on it quickly. 2 for 12 in this WBC. And here comes the 0 1 pitch. Rolls over it to shortstop. Will grab it, throws on the run, and that's gonna be it for Japan as they're down to their final 3 outs. For the 6-3 groundouts. We'll go to the ninth. It's 8-5 Venezuela. Definitely did not expect this outcome. Like I 100% expected Japan to win. I thought obviously Venezuela could win, but I definitely did not expect an 8-5 game. Yeah, I mean, I make post every once in a while, but all right, so we should be just about back. Yeah, uh, the most I've ever gotten, I think, was like 30 or 40 votes. That was during the Premier 12. All right, Venezuela will have their 9-1-2 hitters coming up here in the top of the ninth. I imagine we're going to have a new hitter. Yeah, that's just that's a rare thing. It's not a common occurrence at all, so don't worry about that. No, Kikuchi will come into pitch. Kikuchi takes over on the mound, the left-hander, and that is low, ball one. And Churio 0 for 2, struck out in the second inning, a walk in the fifth inning, and then a fly out to left in the sixth inning. Kikuchi, 33 games with the Angels. Fouled away, and it's 1-1. Yeah, usually I between 10 and 20 whenever I make polls. But so I do the entire league. It doesn't matter if it's which teams it is. I do the entire league. So I, I put up a poll each week and let the my subscribers pick who they want to see. Is that's ground ball, and it gets under the glove of the third baseman. He lollygagged and went. That should be an error, but I don't know if it hit his glove or not. They will have the leadoff runner or leadoff batter on base. He is a threat to steal. Wow. Yeah, mine are polls all the time. Like I put up a poll, and you get to pick between four of the games on which one, and we'll see if they give that a hit or if they it should be an error. Nope, they give him a single. All right, Acuna Jr. is strike one. Solo shot to lead it off, and then he has been arguing with the umpire the rest of the game. That one misses low. Ball one, 1-1. 4-3 ground out in the second, and then struck out on a check swing in the fifth. I was not happy about it, and then struck out looking in the sixth inning, and I was not happy about that. That is a foul to straight back. And 1-2. Yeah, that's how most people find is they just randomly are searching for a game and then they happen to come across it. Yeah, there's so many people doing what I do for the WBC versus the Korean baseball. I am the only one that does English broadcasting in the world. I am a one of one for English KBO broadcasting. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That was an awful looking swing. He was just standing there. Like a flat footed swing, no stride, nothing. That was just weird. Like it was like a golf practice. Oh, he tried to call time and he wasn't given time. That's what it was. It would just look like the weakest, least effort, like a almost like a warm up swing when you're getting ready to golf, like before you've ever loosened up. Garcia steps in at 2 for 4. He had a big 2-run shot in the fifth inning, a double in the third. Oh, sorry, top. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't change. Yeah. I don't always see all these things because I have three monitors going, so I'm trying to watch three different things, and I have five basic boxes that I all of these things that you guys see. That is a check swing up high though, ball one. So all the stuff that you see, like on the screen, like where you have Churio on first, you have the score bug, you have the pitch count over on the right. Uh, that is, I do all of those controls. As the 1-1 is a ground ball to the shortstop, underhand toss to the second baseman, does not go with the throw to first. And the 6-4 putouts will put two away. That brings up Arias as Garcia takes over on first base. Yeah, if you look in the description of this game, I just have a Mac 2 Mini, uh, Mac Mini M2 Pro is the check over on first base. But if you go into the description of this game, you can see in there one of the local TV stations did a documentary, and they have the highlight video on YouTube, and so you can kind of see everything that I do. Is that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, underhand toss to the shortstop at second, and the 4-6 putouts ends the top of the ninth for Venezuela. Will go to the bottom of the ninth. Japan down to their final 3 outs. Japan and needs a miracle. Almost needs a miracle here. Yeah. Japan will have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up. So Shohei Ohtani will get to come up at least one more time. Could be to tie the game. It could be to end the game. Right now, Japan down to their final 3 outs. They've got to score 3 before they get to 3 outs. It'll be Ginda, Wakatsuki, and then Otani. I imagine we're going to have some changes here. Venezuela will probably bring in a new pitcher. Yes, Palencia will come into pitch. Palencia will come in to try to close this game. Daniel Palencia. As far as Japan, I imagine we're going to have some pinch hitters here late in this game. Palencia comes in and tries to shut the door on Japan's back-to-back WBC championships. They're try to shut down their WBC winning streak. And Otani in the hole. We will see him one more time. Valencia out on the mound. We'll see. Have see if we have any pinch hitters here. So 2 games, 2 innings. That's up high, ball 1. Ginda, 1 for 2 on the night. A walk and a run scored in the third. A single in the fourth. It looks at strike 1 there, and it's 1-1. Then lined out to the shortstop back in the 6th inning. 99.6. Fastball velocity goes around on that one, and it's a 1-2. Tried to check his swing, but wasn't able to hold up. I gotta go USA. I gotta go USA just because of schemes. The 1-2 slaps at it, but it's a miss, swing and a miss, and that's 1 away. Here in the 9th inning. Japan now down to the final 2 outs. Did seem like he did slap it into the glove? No. This round and next round is 80 pitch limits. 95 is for the finals. First round is 65. Quarterfinals and semifinals is 80. As Kondo will pinch hit here. I'll try to get that changed if he gets on. And so that is fouled away, and it's 0-1. And misses outside. 100 on the gun there. 1-1. Yeah, another 1-1. A swing and a miss. He tried to hold up. It would have been a strike anyway, I believe. But you never know with this guy behind the plate. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch up high, 2-2. Just going fastball, 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 fastball. Yeah, Dominican Republic does have the advantage that they only played in seven. They only played 7 innings. Then he rings them up on a pitch on the inside. It just crabs the corner, and just like that, it's two away, down to their final outs. And who steps up? None other than Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, but you got to get to the closer. All right, here we go. Ohtani slaps that one straight back. 0-1. Thing with Ohtani is the other guys, the 8-9 hitters, are guys that you can blow past 95 plus because they don't see it all the time in Japan. Ohtani sees it all the time. And here comes the 0-1. This is low, 1-1. Venezuela fans looking on, Japan fans looking on. The 1-1 way up high. 99 again, just fastball, fastball, fastball. Here we go. The 2-1 pitch to Ohtani sets up on the inside, pops him up, shortstop out into the grass, and makes the catch. And Venezuela pulls off the upset as Ohtani pops out, and Venezuela will advance to play Italy. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Venezuela is able to break the Japanese winning streak and head to the semifinals. Oh, overall, I mean, a great game. Started off at the beginning of the game with a solo shot from Ronald Acuna Jr. The second time, both games today, the opening batter, the first batter, ended up hitting a solo shot to start the game off. Then Japan, Otani leads off with a solo shot himself. The first time in WBC history that both leadoff batters hits home runs uh, to start the game. Uh, Suzuki ends up getting on via a walk, but hurts himself stealing a base. It ended up being extremely important, but not because Suzuki left the game, but because of who came into the game. Uh, Yamamoto really kind of struggled, but was able to pick it up whenever he needed it. The second inning, a leadoff double by Tovar, back-to-back doubles by Torres, an RBI double, a walk, but he was able to get out of it with a strikeout and a 4-3 groundout. I can't stream any of the other games. This is my last game I can stream because uh, the other games are early in the morning, and I work at 9, or I leave and I have to work at 6, or I leave for work at 6 or 7 in the morning. So yeah, this is the last game that I'm able to stream because of the 15-hour, 14-hour time difference makes it pretty much impossible. So, but I'll be back for the KBO. If you ever find yourself up early in the morning, or on the weekends, late at night, Friday, Saturday, late at night, you can always stop by and have a little chit chat. So, thank you for stopping by and talking for most of the night. But yeah, I mean, Venezuela took a 1-0 lead, but then in the third inning, uh, you end up with a leadoff walk, a sacrifice, intentional walk to Otani, then a double scores one from Sato, but then Marishita, who took over for Suzuki, ends up hitting a 3-run shot, putting them up a 5-2 at the time. They were able to get to 2 more back in the 5th inning after a single, and a walk and a 2-run shot put them put the game at 5-4. The following again in the sixth inning, a leadoff single, another single, and then a 3-run shot put them up 7-5. They did add another one in the eighth inning, a leadoff double by Tovar, who ended up coming home on the air by Tanichi. Uh, so Venezuela just outplayed Japan. They outpitched Japan. They outplayed Japan. They outhit Japan. They outmaneuvered Japan. Everything. They just were not able to get it done. Japan, again, I talked about it. I didn't think they had the best team this year. I didn't think that they had the team that they've had in the past. They were missing a lot of arms. They were missing a lot of bats. They just didn't have the same team. Offensively, they just didn't get it done. 3 for 8 with runners on base, 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Both of those were in the third inning when they scored their four. They didn't even have another hit until the eighth inning. So after they ended up stranding 2 on base with a strikeout. The number 1 and number 2 hitters for Venezuela is Emmanuel De Jesus came in and really did extremely, extremely well, showing the KBO what great KBO pitching there is. So, but Venezuela advances. They will face Italy on Monday nights in the U.S. And so be Tuesday morning here. And then obviously you have the other Dominican Republic versus USA will be uh, coming up also. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream any of those games. I will start next weekend back with my regular KBO stuff. We have some spring games in the KBO. So thank you guys for tuning in, Texas. Thanks for hanging out all game. Good luck with your baseball. Hopefully you find yourself a team, and hopefully next year you make your high school team. So thank you guys as always. Until next time.